Hi, my name is Madison, and I live with my family in England. I'm going to show you some of my favorite places in London. My family actually lives outside of London, where there is a lot of countryside, horse farms, and walking trails. So when we go to London, we have to ride the train to get there. Most times it's about an hour to London Victoria Station, not very far from the Queen's House, Buckingham Palace. Sometimes we see the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. There are always lots of horses and marching bands and soldiers with really tall hats. We sometimes walk through Green Park across from Buckingham and then down the street to Piccadilly Circus, which is kind of like Times Square in New York. My favorite restaurant in London is the Texas Embassy, which serves Tex-Mex. My favorite dish there is nachos, covered in cheese. Trafalgar Square is near Texas Embassy, and we usually walk through there. It is always buzzing with people from all around the world. There is also a world-famous art museum at Trafalgar Square, and from Trafalgar Square you can see down a famous street all the way to Parliament and Big Ben. The most famous landmark in London is probably the clock tower at Parliament, which is like Capitol Building in Washington, D.C. Most people think the clock is called Big Ben, but actually Big Ben is a bell that rings in the top of the tower. Just across the River Thames from Parliament is the London Eye. It is 11 years old. It is like a big Ferris wheel. I've actually been up in it, and you can see all of London from the top. It takes about 30 minutes to go all the way around. One of the ways we like to get around London is on the big double-decker buses. I like to call the first seat upstairs the first class section because you can see everything really well from there. It is really fun to ride on the double-decker buses. One of the places we ride the bus to is Tower of London and the Tower Bridge. The Tower of London was built nearly 1,000 years ago by William the Conqueror. A wall built by Romans nearly 2,000 years ago was used as part of the Tower Wall. Tower Bridge is next to the Tower of London and crosses the River Thames. A lot of people think it is London Bridge, but it is not. As you can see, there is really a lot to do in London. It is an exciting and historic city. I always enjoy going to London, but I am usually glad when we get home. Hope to see you in London soon.